40 push-ups. Not 14, 40. 40. If you're over the age of 40, can you do 40 push-ups in a row? Now, I'm not trying to challenge you. For the most part, I could give a fuck how many push-ups you can do. But this number is crucial because I came across a study, a legitimate study, about maybe 4 or 5 years ago. You can go check it out. Go look it up. I can't remember the name of it, but you can go look it up. If you're over the age of 40, a male over the age of 40, and you can pump out 40 push-ups in a row, you have a 94% chance of not dying by heart attack or stroke within the next year. Straight up and down. I wouldn't make that up. Why would I decide to make that up? Go look it up yourself. I can't remember the name of the study. It's probably something non-American, and if it's funny sounding Americans, we turn off our brain power. So I can't remember the name of it. But go look it up. 40 push-ups over the age of 40. And I might have my numbers a little slightly off, but it was something crucial. And I double checked it. I found another source, said the same thing. And supposedly this is a legitimate, thing. Like, now I don't know if there's people always make fun of the fact that I say correlation. I don't know if there's a correlation to push-ups and, whatever. I don't know all the details of the study. What I do know is when you simplify it, if you're a man and you're over the age of 40, if you can pump out 40 consecutive push-ups, you basically don't have to worry about dying from a heart attack or a stroke in the next year. Cancer, car accident, divorce, that's different other shit. But I came across it. I think we're at a stage now where you have to start thinking about your memory and be like, is that pre-pandemic or was that post-pandemic? I think this was post-pandemic, so I want to say maybe around 2022 or something. I came across this study, and it made me feel good. It made me feel good about my mortality just a little bit, because when I first came across the study, and like I'm kind of a naturally strong dude. I've never really lifted a whole lot of weights. I've lifted weights, but I was never really someone in the gym. I just kind of was like kind of naturally strong, doing push-ups, lifting people up, wrestling, stuff like that. But push-ups is something, I never minded doing push-ups and crunches. I hated sit-ups, but push-ups and crunches, never minded doing. So when I came across the study, and I was over my 40s, because I am a young Gen Xer, so I am above 45. But when I came across the study, I think at the time maybe I could do like 28 push-ups in a row. So I was like, oh, fuck that, bro, fuck that. And just started doing them regularly every day. Some people trip when you are like, I do 50 push-ups every day or 100 push-ups every day. They're like, what the fuck are you? Are you like training for something? You're like, no, I do it because, some people trip on actually trying to maintain health and fitness as you get older. But at that time, I think when I came across the study, I could do like maybe 28. It was a little less than 30, just a little less. So I was like, oh, I got to get my game up. And, just started getting more and more in a routine. And so it got to a point where 28 was easy. So you push it out to like 32, 33, 34. That became easy. You push it out. I try to do it in increments of 5. But, and then, eventually got to the point where 40 was easy. So then you push it out to 50. And then, if I'm not too distracted with family and running my 3 different businesses or, just whatever other shit that pops up in life, if I'm doing good, if I'm on my routine, I try to knock out like 80 to 100 push-ups every day. So I do my 40, maybe earlier in the day, and then later in the day I do another 40. I do my 50 and then do 50. You know what I'm saying? If I'm pissed off about something or I'm hyped up about something, I might put in another 40 or 50. But when I came across that study, and like I said, I double checked it, I was like, oh no, forget that, bro. Fuck that, bro. I got to knock out 40 push-ups. Matter of fact, I need to knock out 45. I need to knock out 50. And like I said, I don't know the details. I don't know if you knock out 50, does that mean now you are 96% not gonna have a heart attack or a stroke? I don't know the range. Go check out the research on your own, the study. Now, two other things that I came across as a middle-aged dude, that middle-aged guy, your boy Diversified. As you know, we get up there. Two more things I came across that I'm not sure if they're legitimate, but sound like something that's reasonable to do, that's good for your health. I heard on, I don't think it was a podcast, I think it was a radio show. I was probably in the car one night or something smoking. And I think I was listening to a radio show, and someone, go look this stuff up, someone was saying, if you want to protect yourself, if you want to do what you can to help prevent prostate cancer for men, eat berries. Strawberries, raspberries, cranberries, it don't fucking matter. If it has Halle Berry, if it has berry in the name, eat it. And I would eat me some Halle Berry. Another story. But if it has berries in it, eat it. Because eating berries, according to this person, like I said, go check this stuff out. This is stuff that I heard that was like, hey, it sounds reasonable. I'll try it. Eating berries can reduce your chance of getting prostate cancer by a third, by 33%, around that number. So like I say, don't take my word for this. Go look this stuff up and maybe come across some other helpful stuff. I eat less red meat now. I substitute a lot of my red meat for turkey. Just season it up real good. Hey, it's still meat. And I eat less meat because a few years ago, inspired by a family member, I was like, I can't become vegetarian. I'm not trying to. I'm a straight up meatosaurus. But I can cut out one day a week. And so for the last, I want to say maybe coming up on 3 years, it'll be 3 years coming up this spring. I have meatless Mondays. You might have heard me mention this in some of my other videos. If you're new here, go check out some of the other stuff. If you're regular, you might have heard me mention this in other videos. I 52 weeks a year, 40 of them. I have a meatless Monday. And, oh, that's so hard. Yes, it actually is kind of fucking hard. For a meatosaurus, it actually kind of is. I have to plan it. I have to think it out. I'll say that for another story, for another video. But straight up though, and so 1 out of 7, that's 14.28%. I'm a little bit of a math nerd. So 1 out of 7, you're reducing your meat consumption by 14.25%. Every now and then I throw in a second day. So now you're reducing your meat total by almost 30% by just not eating meat once or twice a day. Something healthy. Now the third thing I heard, again, I heard this. Go check it out. Go verify. Maybe put in the comments if you heard something. Yes or no. Thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever. A third thing that I heard is that if you drink water, I'm not sure how much. We'll say a standard amount, 6 ounces, whatever, 8 ounces, I don't know. But if you drink some water within a half an hour of getting up in the morning, you significantly reduce your chance of having a stroke that day or that morning, something like that. I heard enough. I heard enough. I was like, you got to do what when you wake up? Within a half an hour, just drink some water. So these things, are they harmful? Nobody's telling you to drink bleach. Nobody's telling you to stick a needle, nothing in your body. But 40 push-ups. Can you do 40 consecutive? Have you ever in your life been able to do 40 consecutive push-ups? And, when I think about it, I'm sure I probably have. I never really had to. You just did push-ups. You got tired, you rested, maybe you did some more. But can you do 40 push-ups, especially over the age of 40? And is there anything harmful with trying to? No. So if the worst case scenario is, you just get a little bit more swole, You know what I'm saying? Catch an eye or two a little bit more, can lift a few more things, got a little bit more durability in the muscles. Not a bad thing. The best case scenario is then you might be in the 94% who does not have to worry about a heart attack or stroke in the next year. Run that. Run that. Now, smoking, drinking alcohol, loose fornication, all this other stuff, you know, that stuff, that'll get you killed too. That'll affect your mortality. But like I said, also, you know, drinking water as soon as you get up. Just drinking a little bit of water. Is that harmful? Eating berries. Like, I'm someone who's pretty good with eating vegetables. I was raised like, boy, you better eat your vegetables because, you know, it's good for you. Your body got to be strong. But sometimes I forget about fruit. And fruit is wonderful. Fruit is so fucking good. But sometimes I forget about fruit. And then when I actually eat it, my body is like, what the fuck was that? Where did this shit come from? So, whenever I see berries, you ain't got to tell me twice. And I don't have any problems. Not trying to have any problems. Not trying to. So, I'm just saying, 40 push-ups. If you're over the age of 40, can you do 40? Talk about ESPN's 30 for 30. Can you do 40 for 40? And if you can, you might be able to rest a little easier in one aspect of your health for the next year. Of course, there's so many other things we got to worry about. But this your boy, that middle-aged guy, diversified, still out here doing this thing, drop a video every now and then when I can. But you know I got love for you, so I'm gonna holler at you.